It's 11:17. Tomorrow there's a Ferrari challenge at Sonoma Raceway, and I'm gonna go with a couple buddies just to go film, check it out. Trying to get better acquainted with Sonoma as well, but that's for a different video. But yeah, so right now what I'm gonna do is I actually borrowed a 200 to 600 lens because the 24 to 70 that I have is not enough to get on track, and I'm actually going to build out my camera so that I can use it functionally tomorrow with this little Cinecage thing that I bought from, I think it's called DSLR Video Shooter. So I'm going to build that right now. You can watch the time-lapse process, and we'll show you the finished thing at the end. I'm probably going to switch over to iPhone footage because I basically need this camera. So yeah. Let's get rid of all the stuff that I'm not going to need.
Tyre pressures to get them just where they want them, and then, as you say, normally lap 3 is your golden lap, but because temperatures are a bit lower this time of year.
Should have the advantage here. They have to wait till the green flag before they can get going. They are all bunched up. Massimo Perina then with a perfect start. Manny Franco will try and get has he been able to do it? Sneaks inside as they make the run uphill. They're side by side.
Well, that would have been a disaster.
Absolutely it would. And these opening stages, the opening few turns, it's where things can go wrong, and it's of course where you can make up brilliant places as well. Brian Cook, because Brian Cook pulled out right at the start of this race, in fact on the rolling lap. So here they go into the tower of Brad Fowler then, and ironically Brad is one of those drivers that I said to you, Andrew, is one very much worth watching. He's still a very, very competitive driver. And so the order is Perina leading in, Pirelli's Brad Fowler, Eric Hanov, and Levy. For the YAP drivers, it's Perina ahead of Franco.
You can borrow Arthur's. He never uses it. Let's get up on this, John. It's gonna be so uncomfortable. Ugh. It's actually not too bad. Oh, but it's wet. All right. We're gonna yap a little bit about this video and kind of my experience at Sonoma. So the first thing was I didn't vlog at all because it's embarrassing. And so yeah, there you go. Number one, boom, right at the gate. Number two, this is the second race I've been at Sonoma. The first was 24 Hours of Lemons, but it's really not I mean, it is a race, but it's like there's like 160 cars on track, so it's like you can't really know who the winner is unless you're in it, and I wasn't. I'm gonna say this was the second race I was at, and I use quotation marks around the word race because honestly, it didn't really feel like a race. It felt more like a bunch of dudes who mostly seemed older, who were just trying to get quicker lap times than each other. There was no battling, and no real highlight to the race. Like a couple people slipped off. Some people, I think 2 cars had to get towed off. But there was one who wrecked during practice, I believe, or qualifying. But I mean, in the race itself, there wasn't really any battling. No cars were really going head to head, so kind of boring. That's just my opinion, though. 100% I would have loved to be out there and racing, but it was like mid. And because of that, the footage honestly does get pretty repetitive and boring even for me. Which also makes me realize that I need to learn how to film a race so that it is exciting, even if it necessarily isn't. Like I could have gone for a more cinematic edit, but just didn't in this case. It would be easier if I had a media pass, obviously, because then I could get way closer to the cars, and film just more specifics, more close bys or like close shots of them driving by, that kind of stuff. But I don't have the media pass, and I doubt I'm going to get one anytime soon, so I got to learn how to work around it. It did, however, help me understand a few things about filming a race. I definitely need to get a tripod next time. My boy Philly was kind enough to lend me his monopod during the race, but it's not enough with like such a big lens. And then speaking of lens, I rented a 150 to 600 mil
lens, a Tamron from a store we have here near us, and it's so long. I'll post a photo of like what the whole rig looked like built out. It's long, it's big, and it's super heavy, and like in order to get those smooth shots, it's super difficult. But then on top of all that, actually keeping the focus on the cars, because you know you're kind of using autofocus, because like they're coming from a distance through a turn up to you and then past you. I mean, that's like a quarter of a mile all in its own. So pulling focus for me was not really realistic. So I just got to learn how to keep that focus better. I don't know how. I got to figure out how. I got to figure out how other people do it, watch some more videos. And I also learned that I really need to work on more steady handhold shots while filming B-roll, because when I have the camera rigged out, I can't really put it on the stabilizer, and it's not worth lugging around for a couple of cinematic shots when really I just want more shots of the race. Speaking of race again, there's actually a GT4 race, I believe it's a GT4 race, happening at Sonoma in 2 Saturdays. Technically it's March 28th, 29th, and 30th, but so far I'm only planning on going for one day. It's going to be the 29th, which is a Saturday. And I'm hoping, I'm guessing it's going to be way more of an actual battle since it's a GT4 race. It's a competitor, more of a competitor series. And it'll also have way more variety of cars. I mean, it's GT4. It's like Porsche, Mercedes, Lamborghini. I think there's Ferraris in there as well. But yeah, that should be way more fun. It won't be just Ferraris. Not that that's an issue, but it's always more fun with variety. So yeah, that's kind of this video. If you made it through the end, thank you. I really appreciate it, because it's a little boring and repetitive, not gonna lie. It's fun editing it, but it's like the same shots over and over, and to run around the course and get more shots, it's difficult. So we're gonna try out some more moves on how we can do better next time. For the GT4 race, I'm also renting another lens. It's a 200 to 600 from Sony. Sony's obviously better than Tamron, I think, so hopefully it pulls focus better and I'm able to see more. But yeah, that'll probably be next month's video though, because my goal for myself is to do 2 videos a month this year. And we're doing okay so far. And even if no one watches, David, to you, good job. Keeping your promise, you're doing your 2 videos a month. Be proud of yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. You suck at this. That's why you're doing it. It's to practice and get better. And we're not doing it just for money, because we're not getting no money. We're doing it because we like filming videos. We love filming cars, and we even more than that love driving cars. So keep it up, and see you in the next one. Later.